Hi, we're going to make a quadrant, and quad is the word for four, isn't it? And a quadrant has four sides. And quadrants are used quite a lot in studies of nature, and scientists use them in order to create a fair test, because a quadrant, we can make ours any size we want, but we need to know that we're using the same size space when we go out later and measure the different plants that we can see. So you might notice that I actually had already used my card up for something we were doing in class. I used it to make some stencils. So I've had to improvise and I've had to cut mine and stick two pieces together. But that's because I wanted I wanted a quadrant. I guess mine's about 40 centimetres wide. It doesn't really matter how big yours is. You probably want it, I don't know, bigger than 10 centimetres. That wouldn't give you much data. But this looks about right to me. So a quadrant's got four sides, and so you need to cut four strips of card, and a quadrant is square, so they do need to be sides of the same length. Quadrants work when they're a square, so they have 90-degree angles. Now, as always, I'm going to need some scissors for this. I'll be back. I've got scissors now. So we need the scissors. You'll remember when we made our skeletons, we could just push the split pin through. This cardboard's quite thick, so I don't think we'll be able to do that. So we're just folding the end and making a tiny hole. Try not to make it too big or the split pin will fall through it. And then we're doing the same at both ends and trying to make it roughly the same distance from the end. So that we get a square, really. And I've done that now with all four of my pieces. So you just need four pieces with the ends cut. And then it's time to start joining. Now, folks, I want mine to be flexible, which is why I'm using split pins, because when I go for my walk, I don't want to be carrying a big square around with me. However, because we're going to be able to do this, you see. However, if you're not too worried about that and you're happy to take it out, then the simpler way to do this is literally just with a Pritt stick or some tape and just join them at the corners. So there I am using the split pin. As before, folks, try not to get that to go up under your nail, it can be really sore. Right, let's just see how I'm getting on. Got my corners. So there's one of these going to go on each corner, and you'll know from our work on shape, a square, or indeed any kind of rectangle, has four corners. Okay, and then the last one will join up the last two sides. Okay. Right, I want to show you how it works. So you saw me join the corners, and now my quadrant looks like this, which is great. This is the size of mine. It really doesn't matter what size yours is. The point is that we're going to survey an area that's the same every time if we're going to repeat our test, which you can do if you want to take this a bit further. And the reason that I've used split pins for mine is because now I can very snugly fold it so that I can go out for my walk and it just looks like this. And then you'll see the instructions on your choosing board are that you're going to you're going to take this out on your walk, and then I think I've written the word throw. You're going to literally toss it or throw it over towards a verge, or make sure you're not too close to a road, part of a field or somewhere that interests you, and then that gives you a measurement area like this. Within this there is an elbow and a shoulder. It gives you a measurement area within which to count your plants. So then you need your plant identification sheet. A grown-up, definitely, don't do this on your own because you're going to need to go near roads and things, and this, and then I've made you a table to record what you find, but you might want to make your own, that's fine. So this is your quadrant. Feel free, folks, to use that again and again. It's really interesting to see how things vary. My favourite one to do is do a verge, and then a verge in a field where it's been sprayed, and I think you'll find it in sprayed with pesticides, like we had in the animals of, not pesticides, sorry, herbicides, like we had in the animals of Farthing Wood, and you'll find it's really interesting because there's much less variety of plants. So, you know, feel free to use this in the holidays. Try different places, even if you don't record it. Just have a look. It just gives you a tool for looking. All right, enjoy, make your quadrant.